The Los Angeles Lakers continue to amaze us. They really do. And why they've been so amazing to watch, to talk about, is because of people like you. I'm talking to you, Riv, talking to you, Joel. I'm talking to you, John. And Joel, not so much as of late. And Riv, you know what? I only keep you in that because you disrespect the players on our squad, and I simply don't like you for it. Los Angeles Lakers played the Toronto Raptors last night, and we were oddly favorites to beat the Grizzlies, but weren't favorites to beat the Raptors. So what do we do? Down 15 early in the first quarter, we erase that deficit. We go up 10 ourselves. But then in the third quarter, we can't make a basket. We go down. But it didn't matter because ultimately, deloading comes in and has an unbelievable game, returned from injury after going down with an ankle injury, and puts up 28 points, took over that fourth quarter. He was absolutely unbelievable. He was letting go of some threes that I'll be completely transparent. He was shooting, and I'm saying, why? Why are you doing this, D-Lo? And he would shut me up every single time because it was splash money every single time he let it go. He was sensational. Even when Anthony Davis wasn't the Anthony Davis that we've seen these last 5 games, only 8 points, but he left his mark on the other side of the basketball court. He was a pest on the defensive side, blocking shots left and right, had 4 blocks total. This Lakers team is really something because you have guys like Austin Reeves, who Riv continues to sleep on, the Vandalorian, Jared Vanderbilt, who's been one of the best acquires at the trade deadline by any team. The Lakers are number 1 in defensive rating since the trade deadline, and that is primarily because of Vando. He has been unbelievable on the defensive side of the ball. And we just continue to play really great basketball without the king present. LeBron James has been hurt with his foot, and we have been cooking. We continue to climb these standings. I remember when we were supposed to give the Pelicans the number 1 overall pick. I remember that. I remember when we were the 13th seed and we couldn't have basketball conversations about the Lakers because we were the 13th seed. I remember when we were the 11th seed. Now we're the 9th seed. We're a half game out of 7th or 8th place, and we're 1 game out of being a top 6 lock. Simple as this. When you talk about the Lakers, apply respect. Because if you want to talk casually, that's fine. Just keep it off this podcast. Let's go Lakers. And turn my Lake show the fuck up, baby.
Now, Riv, before you go, listen,
I feel like we're going to say the same thing.
Listen, I want to say this. It's actually funny that Jared Vanderbilt gets the Vandalorian nickname with the Lakers. D'Lo all of a sudden is, oh my God, he's just a great player. I mean, we always knew. I mean, that's why I bet you D'Lo versus DeJounte, and you guys acted like it wasn't even a conversation. We always knew that D'Lo was a great player. He's inconsistent. So when those inconsistencies show up, I don't want you to switch up on D'Lo, which you probably
That's my new favorite player. That's my new favorite player.
Jared Vanderbilt is somebody that I said maybe a year and a half ago, he's a winning player. He helps any team win. He's like a PJ Tucker, one of those glue guys. And he's been that for the Lakers. Now, the more I think about the Lakers, the more I think about, you know what, this team might just be the Timberwolves of last season, but instead of Anthony Edwards and Cat being your 2 best players, it's AD and LeBron James. D'Lo, Malik, Vanderbilt. The Lakers have a nice roster. I think the roster is good, and I was definitely wrong about them when comparing them to the Clippers and the deadline moves that they've made. The Lakers got better than the Clippers at the deadline. There's no doubt. With that being said, Drew, I understand you're being hype about the Lakers. You should. I mean, you're a fan of LeBron James and you go wherever LeBron James goes. So I'm not going to say the Lakers exclusively. But when you talked about us not talking casually, back when the Lakers were a couple games out of the 5th or 6th seed, that was like a month and a half ago. It took a month and a half to get to this point here.
You didn't believe.
And this point is the 9th seed. And the West is so close that in 2 games, you can jump right to the back of the line. That's
the same way you're laughing about us going backwards is the same way that I'm going to be laughing when we go forward and we keep this win streak up.
Okay,
don't play with us.
And listen,
don't play with us.
When the Lakers, if the Lakers do go forward, if that's what you're projecting, Riv,
because the Timberwolves lost last night. I saw that.
Riv, if
and we see who's a half game behind. Don't think I forgot about my bet that you were laughing at because you thought you baited me into taking it. You baited yourself. You baited yourself.
Hey, listen, I hope that if if you win this bet, I'll for sure pay you, unlike the Dolphins and Jaguars bet we made.
Ooh. He had the shot. That was cold. That was cold.
That was cold.
Damn.
Don't let him think that he's getting away with that.
The Jaguars finished with a better record. They finished with a better record.
He let a fan of ours convince him that he won this deal. He let a fan of ours convince us that he won this bet.
Wait, hold up, Riv. I want to ask you something.
Yo.
Isn't Drew the guy that repeatedly on this show, whenever we talk about team success, he says a season is only successful if you win an NBA championship? There's never been a team, very seldomly in NBA history, that's not been the top 3 seeds and that's won a championship. Top 3 seeds historically win the NBA championship. So honestly, the Lakers could be as high as 6, 5. It doesn't matter to me. According to you, in your laws, if they don't win the championship, it's a failed season.
I agree. The thing is, I think you thought you did something with that statement. So I want to give you a little applause for that. The thing is, I'm consistent, baby. I'm with you. If we don't win a championship, this shit's for nothing.
Yeah,
but I'll tell you what, you can't count it.
And it will be for nothing because you will not win a championship.
And that's what you think. But you know what? You're going to talk about your quote-unquote Nuggets, your quote-unquote Suns. Without Kevin Durant, your Suns are nothing. Your Nuggets, slowly but surely, they're revealing themselves. Defensively, they're fraudulent. As a team, we'll see what happens. No one wants to see the fucking Lakers.
You know, Dehls, Dehls, I apologize for all those moments that I've called you Mr. Flip Aside. Didn't this man, Drew, just have the Suns as making the finals last week?
Without Kevin Durant.
He's coming back. He's coming back.
I hope you're right.
They literally announced he's not gonna be out for the season. He's coming back.
I hope you're right.
So Dehls, did Drew just flip aside? I mean, he just said the Suns. He just gave the Suns no chance to make the finals. That's pretty much what I've heard. What are we talking about?
How did I flip?
What are we talking about?
You're trying to find ins and outs, but you understand that all you've done when you talk about the Lakers
you 7 months
is be wrong.
To get the 9. You're celebrating.
You said we wouldn't be.
You're throwing pizza parties over the 9th seed.
You said every single game was a toss-up.
This season
you
is
said
over.
that we couldn't beat the Raptors. You said that we wouldn't beat the Warriors. You said that we couldn't beat the Grizzlies.
The season is over.
Respect. We got the easy come-up line, the easy schedule, and you slept. You were there. You thought you'd take your moment while I was gone, while Riv was gone, to chat about how bad the Lakers were going to be. So that was a very smart chess move of you. Wrong. That was probably the dumbest thing you could have done because all the Lakers have done is play winning basketball. Eat your words, Mr. Moran. Eat them.
The season is not over.
It isn't. It isn't. And all we're going to do is keep on eating because even when AD plays mediocrity, what do? We win basketball games. Respect us.
I'm glad you could beat the Raptors. I'm glad. I mean, that was a team that you had.
We weren't even favorites.
Winning more games against the Cavaliers.
Favorites. We weren't even favorites to win.
So now listen, you might think the Raptors win is impressive because before the year you had them being a better team than the Cleveland Cavaliers, which has been obviously wrong. But I look at the Raptors and what they've been. It's not an impressive win. The Raptors are not a good team. Who cares about winning against the Raptors?
Came back and won.
Why are you down 15 to the Raptors?
We came out cold.
I don't understand.
And our bench unit came in, and Dennis Schroeder comes in, drops 20 plus. Austin Reeves comes in, 18 points. He's a talented offensive player.
I want you to say that into
the microphone.
I want
you to say that into the microphone.
Who's a talented offensive player? I'll give you respect if the Lakers can beat the New York Knicks tomorrow, Sunday.
Like
we're gonna be watching that game.
Like we did in the Garden
with LeBron.
Like we did in the Garden.
You don't have LeBron.
I don't want either of those teams to win.
Yeah. His X-rays are negative. He might come back tomorrow. Now listen. Now listen. I'll give you respect if you beat the Knicks tomorrow. We'll be watching that game on playback. You guys better sign up. Link is in our description. But you're getting hype over the 9 seed. This is
I'm not getting hype over the 9 seed. That's not what I'm doing. What I'm getting hype of is that we're slowly but surely. If that's what you think, that's on you. And you're going to continue to eat your words. That's fine. But what we're doing and why I'm getting hype is because we're continuing to climb slowly but surely. And you guys were very quick to throw stones. But here I am on the other side, accepting all this great energy that the Lakers have been giving.
This is pissing.
Riv, go say what you want to say along with This Week in the NBA.
No, he's going to talk about his Warriors that have been on a 3-game skid since Steph Curry's been back.
Stop talking, please. This is pissing me off because this is the problem. Well, why nobody respects Lakers fans and why we don't like you guys.
Talk to me. Talk to me.
I went. You know what I did last night? I went and I looked up all our Twitters and I looked up how we all talk about our teams when we're up, how we're all talking about our teams when we're down. And I've looked and for the most part, Dehls is very humble, When his team is up, he talks his shit. When his team plays like shit, he's like, we're dog shit. For me, I criticize the Warriors a lot when we're playing like shit, but when we're up, I'm just like, yo, how about the Warriors? Shit lit. Joel is kind of like all over the place, but that's
Joel. I mean, that's a specific guy.
John is he trolls a lot on
He doesn't even have a team. He doesn't have a team.
We don't know.
So, but with Drew, it's like he's completely delusional. Like, and this is the problem with Lakers fans. Lakers fans they're scared to be the butt of the joke. When they're the butt of the joke, it's you're hating. But when it's another team that's the butt of the jokes, it's like, oh, it's funny. They're gonna laugh, giggle, key with you. If we were talking about another team, like if a team like Denver was in this place, the Lakers would be like key, and this is just analysis. We're just judging this team. But when the Lakers are ass, and we're telling him that the Lakers are ass, and he's delusional about the Lakers being ass, we're called haters. But now that they're good, he's jumping up and down in hoops. For me, I can only speak for myself. I haven't said a word about the Lakers in like 2 to 3 weeks. Literally haven't said a word. I called them ass when they were ass. But the problem with you Lakers fans is you're not humble. You're not humble at all. You new Lakers fans have seen one ring in the
You're losing me. You're losing me. Riv, you're fucking losing me. When you guys were laughing at me when we were the 13th seed.
Drew,
you were laughing at me.
Drew,
you're losing me. You're losing me, Riv. I respect you as a man. When you speak, I give you respect. I appreciate what you say. Right now, you're talking bullshit. You were talking that bullshit because I had to sit at that table for over a year and a half and hear the three of you guys constantly disrespect the Lakers. I'm not going to say you're wrong, Riv, but this season I said trust. We're going to be all right. Once the trade deadline hits, we're going to be all right. You guys laughed when we didn't get Kyrie. You said that's another failed Lakers move. The Lakers are constantly delusional, right? As you continue to spew about how we're delusional. But now we're starting to win basketball games. We're playing winning basketball, and now we're not humble. Why I'm not humble is simple as this. Because I have to come onto this podcast week in, week out, and hear you guys disrespect the Lakers. That's why I'm not humble. Because I'm tired of the disrespect you constantly put on the Lakers.
Because y'all Lakers fans act like y'all just want a ring.
Riv, maybe the disrespect.
Who's doing that?
The disrespect is called analysis. We told you last year the Lakers weren't going to be a good team.
It was lazy.
Wait, Riv.
No, so what's your no? Talk to me about your analysis on Austin Reeves.
Riv.
Talk to me about your analysis on Austin Reeves.
Good role player.
Talk to me about your analysis on Dennis Schroeder. Talk to me about your analysis on Rui Hachimura.
Whoa.
Talk to me about your analysis on Rui Hachimura.
Rui's average.
Again, because we told you about Rui and what he was in Washington. Can he change? Yes. We were just telling you that he wasn't good in Washington. But then
he's been on the Lakers and you guys were still disrespecting him.
What? Because we're laughing and trolling in a group chat?
Nah, stop it. I
didn't even speak on Rui.
Stop it. You can't keep that energy in the group chat. And then when we come onto the show, then suddenly it's we're joking. I
haven't said nothing about the Lake. I said like 2 weeks ago the West was wide open.
Riv, that's why, listen, a lot of this, I'm with you, Riv. You're getting a lot of my heat right now because you're disrespecting me as a man. But really, the ultimate culprit is that guy over there in the green. He truthfully is the reason why I'm here this adamant, because he constantly disrespected, overlooked, would not even turn on a Laker game if you paid him money to do so. And he just comes up into this podcast and speaks ill on the Lakers. It's ill-advised and it's disgusting. And I'm just glad that the Lakers are turning the tide so he can actually start to tune in and lock the fuck in. Because the Lake Show's here.
It's
and the
hilarious.
Show's on, baby.
It's hilarious what Drew's saying right now, as if last year did you not predict the Lakers would win 65 games?
But I have a question. What does that have to do with what we're talking about right now? If you want to bring up last year's stuff, sure, because it'll be funny. The fans will love it.
It backs up that you're delusional about the Lakers. It backs up that you're delusional about the Lakers.
Last year, I admitted we were bad when it was happening. I said we're not good. I never said we were going to come back. But this year, I remain adamant. We are better than what people give us credit for. We are in games against tough teams.
What's that? What's being better than what people give you credit for? What's that? What is that in the grand scheme of things?
No, all right, done. Joel, I love when you just feed into exactly where I want to go. Because when it comes to the Lakers, all you would say is, you're the 13th seed. You laugh. They're not even worth talking about. Go back and watch these episodes. Don't shake your head at me and say you never said that shit.
Because they're not worth talking about.
Right.
They're not worth
talking about. Then why is it that everyone in this chat right now is saying, where's the Lakers? We're here for the Lakers conversation.
Because
why?
they just
because
beat the Raptors. That's why.
Because the Lakers are box office. You need to respect them and what they've been doing since the trade deadline. Simple as that.
The Lakers are box office. The Lakers have the biggest fan base in the league, tied with the Warriors. It's 1A, 1B. Possibly Lakers might have the edge because of the historical value. But when talking about what the Lakers have been recently, let's stop. Listen, last year they sucked. They were not good. This entire year, they have not been good for the most part.
They've been inconsistent.
They haven't been good. That's why they were the 13th seed. They haven't been good.
We've been hurt.
And to act like the Lakers, just because the Lakers are the 9th seed now, everything gets thrown out the window is just simply ridiculous. It's like, what are we talking about?
Talk to me. Talk to me. Why were we bad?
And when we talk about,
talk to me. Why were we bad?
Because you don't have spacing and your defense was not good in the lineups that didn't feature LeBron or AD were not good. And now
what
getting
was a piece of that?
and now
LeBron
getting
and AD missed time.
And now
correct?
getting Russell Westbrook out of there with D'Lo and Malik Beasley and Jared Vanderbilt. There's a much better defensive scheme fit, and there's more floor spacing on the floor and on the court. So the lineups without AD and without LeBron don't tend to struggle as much. They actually are pretty good. The Lakers have been a good team since these additions have been made, but to act like they are this championship contender and they deserve to be talked about over teams that honestly deserve more recognition.
Talk to me. Who deserves more recognition than the Lakers right now?
The Sacramento Kings, 100%.
Okay, for sure. Fine. You're talking about the number 2 seed.
The Sacramento, exactly. The number 2 seed. They deserve more respect.
We've given the Kings nothing but respect. How about we talk about what we've been doing on this podcast? Who's worth talking about more than them right now?
The Bucks. I can name a lot of teams. The Bucks are worth talking about more.
The last 10 games, facts. The last 10 games, you're right. But before that, the trade deadline, we had no reason to talk about the Lakers.
The Sixers deserve more talk than the Lakers, no doubt. What Joel Embiid is doing, we're going to talk about the MVP talk in the next segment. Like, let's stop acting like things on the Lakers suddenly changed. If they get eliminated in the first round, it's over. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
When we lock ourselves into that top 6 seed and we play the number 3 seed, which right now is the Memphis Grizzlies, is John Moran going to be there? Oh, suddenly now we're a second round team. And then who do we match up against right now? Just off the top of my head, I would assume it would probably be the winner of the 2 versus 7. So we probably maybe played the Kings. The Kings, although their offense is very high potent and very explosive, one of the best offenses in the league, their defense is shitty. We could acknowledge that. And what do the Lakers have right now? Solid defense, primarily due to the fact that the moves that we made at the trade deadline. And, oh, wait, LeBron James isn't even playing basketball. He's going to be there come playoff time. And that matchup versus the Kings is not crazy. Oh, so I give us a fighter's chance in that one for sure, especially for the fact that we're the more experienced team. 100% credit to what the Kings have been doing over there. But when it comes to talking to the Lakers, that is definitely the more experienced team. And defensively, they need to lock in on that side of the ball, especially against the Lakers. So I give us a chance to win. Now, let's say we move on. Then we play the Nuggets. That's the real series that I'd be worried about. And I'm only going for the fact of right now how the seeding would play out.
Or let's say,
I don't know.
Let's say you stay in the play-in territory 9-10, 8-7, and you get eliminated in the play-in. Those are also very valid.
Getting eliminated in the play again, the way that we've been playing basketball, the way how close the West is.
It's one
game. We are a game away from top 6. A game. 1.
How many are you?
I don't think you realize how close it is.
No, I do realize how close it is, but I'm also not jumping to the conclusion that things right now are definite, and what you're saying is absolutely going to happen.
You're saying we're not contenders. I just gave you the road of how it's possible.
You're not contenders.
But I just gave you the road of how it's possible. Was my analysis wrong?
In your mind, that road is possible. Sure.
Is that wrong what I just said? 3 versus 6, we play the Grizzlies. What happens?
If
would you take us or would you take the Grizzlies?
If Ja's there, you don't beat the Grizzlies.
So if LeBron's there, we don't have a chance?
You have a chance,
way they get Ja, the
same
way we get LeBron.
I know, but if y'all are if I would pick the Grizzlies in that series.
We've beaten the Grizzlies 2 out of the 3 times we played them.
Well, this Lakers defense might be better than the Memphis Grizzlies defense in the playoffs. With Jared Vanderbilt and Anthony Davis, there may not be a better defensive front court in the league. Like, that Grizzlies defense is built off Jaren Jackson, who can't play 30 minutes, and Dylan Brooks, who's also foul prone, and he can easily get a couple technicals and be ejected in a game. This Lakers team is for real. And as somebody that's disrespected in the past, Drew, it's because, yeah, I mean, you're on Twitter typing away, I love Troy Brown Jr., which is wild. So, yeah, we're going to make fun of Lakers.
Whoa, that's another guy. Great role player.
He's not someone I love.
Tune in. But
settle down. This Lakers defense is the foundation that they have lacked, and it's honestly as good as the one they had in 2021 where injuries ravaged their season. You give LeBron 3-4 weeks off with how well Anthony Davis has generally played. He had 8 points last night without him. And this Lakers team's gelling at the perfect time, where teams like the Mavericks, the Grizzlies, and even my Denver Nuggets are not playing their best ball. Going to the postseason where LeBron, the one thing he's needed is rest for a long time. Now he finally gets that, and a level of 3-point shooting, defensive versatility, and front court depth. I think Vando can put a little bit of the backup five for them that they've not had in 2 years. So are the Lakers contenders? I'm not quite sure. But the answer is something I think a lot of NBA fans are not ready for. And I hate to say that because I got my Nuggets going in the finals this year, but this Lakers team can beat a lot of teams, and that would include the Grizzlies for sure.
Now, listen, John, I think you give a very good level-headed analysis, but the bottom line is that you are just thinking about best case scenario. And honestly, the amount of faith that you have is sickening in teams in the West right now that are at the top of the West. Continuity matters. It matters. If the Nuggets face the Lakers, I'm taking the Nuggets in that series. And John's over here, a Nuggets fan. He doesn't want to jinx his team. He admitted to me that he has a tradition for the Super Bowl where he takes the opposite team to win because he doesn't want to jinx his pick. That's why he took the Eagles in the Super Bowl because he wanted the Chiefs to win.
John, just know he just reverse jinxed your ass. Because it's out there in the open. We know it. Now you're fucked.
John is just hyping up the Lakers because he wants to jinx them. That's all John is doing right now. The Kings would beat the Lakers in a series. Let's stop kidding ourselves.
The Lakers have a better front court defense than the Bucks and the Cavs?
No, but they have the best front court defense in the West.
Oh, okay.
I don't view the Lakers as contenders, and I think that a lot of this talk of hyping them up, I'm really looking forward to how it's going to age. I do.
I'm sure because the way that you've spoken, it's aged like dog shit.
I mean, you went from the 13th seed to the 9th seed, bro. Congrats.
Yeah.
You deserve a pizza party.
When we were supposed to give the Pelicans number 1 overall pick.
The guy that said you only have a successful season if you win a championship is now throwing a party over the 9th seed.
I'm not. If that's how you want to take it, that's up to you because you're trying to find any which way right here to sound good. But it's not happening because when you talk to me, it's just different from having conversations with anyone else.
Drew, I sound amazing. You sound delusional. You're the 9th seed.
When I talk, I stay very consistent. It's not about just being the 9th seed because that's still good from where we were, but it's about how we're going to continue to climb because I'm never satisfied until I get to the mountaintop, the top of the top. No doubt. I want that championship, but it's about the slow progression of how the Lakers have started to where they're at right now. That's why I'm happy. And no one's throwing a pizza party over being the 9th seed. What we're throwing a pizza party over is how constantly you guys have tried to minimize what the Lakers have done. But slowly but surely, we continue to climb. And the same way that you say that I'm happy about a 9th seed, no, I'm happy about us being a game behind the 6th seed, being a top 6 playoff lock, because I don't want to talk about the play-in. The same way that the Laker players are talking about not making just the play-in. No, we want to be a top 6 playoff lock. That's our goal. And that's what needs to be the goal. And that's what I'm looking forward to because that's exactly what we're going to be.
Dehls, Riv, and John.
Ew.
What other 9th seed are we talking about like this?
None. We don't talk about the Wizards or the Bulls.
Never. We don't talk about the Raptors like that. We don't talk about the Hawks.
We don't talk about the Heat that just were a shot away from the NBA Finals.
Yeah, we don't.
How many 9th seeds have LeBron James?